It seems like some of you are still confused about whether to get an Infinix Note 30 VIP or a Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G as your next phone. In this channel, we have reviewed both phones on a relatively long-term basis. Although we don't usually do a side-by-side comparison between the two, this comparison video is a bit different from the ones you're used to seeing. Instead of doing a typical comparison, Gadget Sidekick was kind enough to lend me a hand in this first ever tech video collaboration, where we share why I chose the Infinix Note 30 VIP and why he chose the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G.
Thank you, Sir Renzo, for having me here, and I'm here to share to you my experience using the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G and the Infinix Note 30 VIP. Both of these phones are really hot phones, and I did my comparison between these two. So both of them, I did try to use it as my daily driver, and my experience on both phones are definitely great. But of course, there's just one phone that I have to recommend here. And for me, I personally picked the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G simply because it's a lot cheaper at $11,999 as opposed to the Infinix Note 30 VIP, which is a lot more expensive at around $13,999. Now, for that 2,000 peso difference, what do you get from the Infinix Note 30 VIP? You get a faster charging, you get a wireless charging, you get a bypass charging, you get a little bit bigger memory, but the rest is almost exactly the same. Now, these two phones have the same chassis, and both of them has the same processor, MediaTek Dimensity 8050. We know that it's a rebranded 1200 or 1300, which can definitely perform, especially on gaming. Now, with the extra 4 gigs of memory on the Infinix Note 30 VIP, I didn't really feel any significant change on gaming on this phone, even on Genshin Impact. Well, maybe the slightest, but nothing really significant. Unless you do a lot of video editing on this phone, maybe you'll feel something. But on gaming, it's the same. But on the other hand, the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G, it has a better back, a better texture, and it has a better camera. The gaming is the same. The feel is, well, I feel it's a little bit more premium over the Infinix one, simply because of the eco leather finish at the back. Now, with that said, the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G is 2,000 pesos cheaper. It has an eco leather finish. It has a better camera. I can live without a faster charge. I can also live without a bypass charging or wireless charging. So my best recommendation is the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G. Back to you.
For me, I think both devices are also of great value if you're in the market for your next phone. But the reason why I think the Note 30 VIP should be your next phone, despite the slightly higher price tag, is the quality of experience you get. First of all, you won't be able to get a phone this cheap with wireless charging. And if you want to make that wireless leap without breaking the bank, this is the easiest way to go. And the best part of it is a free 15-watt wireless charger. Just be reminded that despite this phone supporting up to 50 watts wireless charging, you would have to find a third-party charger that actually supports this phone. Oh, and as a bonus, you can use this phone as a wireless power bank for any wireless charging device because this phone also supports reverse wireless charging. Wireless charging is a great feature for casual users, but if you're a gamer or a heavy phone user, there is a 67-watt wired charger in the box. That's twice the charging speed of the Camon 20 Pro 5G and gets you from empty to full in just an hour. Gamers will also appreciate the fact that there's bypass charging on this phone to preserve the battery lifespan by directly powering the motherboard instead of the battery when gaming while plugged in. And although both phones use the same chipset and amount of internal storage, which is 256GB, the Note 30 VIP one-ups the competition with its 12GB versus the Camon 20 Pro 5G's 8GB of RAM. So far, that slightly higher price tag has paid for itself already. But as far as which phone would last better for the next 2 to 3 years, that's still up in there since both manufacturers have not promised any software update support. But if it's about software optimization and all that, my testing made me choose the Note 30 VIP. Despite the similarities between the two, Infinix's XOS is just smoother, more stable, and less likely to stutter than Tecno's iOS. The same goes for the cameras. The 108 megapixel sensor on this phone shoots slightly better photos and videos. Thanks to the hardware and some slight tuning from Infinix, The results have more detail, better texture, and sharpness. Even if, at times, it struggles to render proper skin tone, I would say I still had a better time with this camera than the Camon 20 Pro 5G. If that's not enough to convince you, the Note 30 VIP has JBL-tuned stereo speakers for a more immersive sound experience. However, I think nothing is beating the leather backing of the Camon 20 Pro 5G in this comparison. Nevertheless, that might be a weak case since most users do put a case on their phones. Speaking of cases, that's what I have to say about the Infinix Note 30 VIP. I hope this video helps you in any way, and if you want to check my individual long-term review on these phones, go ahead and check my YouTube channel, or you can always visit Gadget Sidekick's channel to know his own take. Thank you to Gadget Sidekick for this collaboration, and feel free to give him a sub for the latest smartphone devices. That's it for this one. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel, and as always, until the next one, stay safe.